Hey Tang, this is Joe. So when you get to the website, it'll say login on here. If you're already logged in, it'll say dashboard, right? This dashboard is different than this dashboard. Two different things. So it's where you're having a little bit of conflict. So you can add new here. And if we'll just go look at Rose Heath, since that's one I was using earlier, it already exists, but let's go look. So see, you're putting content in here, and see that underline was a hot link over on MailChimp. There's a way to copy and paste that with a command key that allows that hot link to carry over. Not all the times, not always 100% perfect. Sometimes you got to reenact a link, but that's not a big problem when you can copy paste all the work. It's like my copywriters. I get pages of stuff that I got to bring over into a site under the font, style, and format of that website builder tool. And there's a command key that I use when I go to paste it. You don't just do command V or control V, right? So the whole thing is, it's like you're running into some of that cool stuff, and you see all this spacing because you copied the format in MailChimp. It's got its own HTML platform. The backend WordPress has its own, and then the front end CRM of Equity Strike is a little different. Okay, so it's got its own. But I was just going to show you, I think your frustration is probably right here. You're loading the stuff under what's called 3D Tour because you see the command keys for editor. This 3D Tour is not live on the front end. So if I go to the dashboard, that's why I was trying to get you to go back there, but this was glitching out, so we fixed that. We had to dig through a couple days with support and figure it out. So if I go hit editor, the pencil icon, on Rose Heath, this is where I copied and pasted your stuff that you had down below. But when we copy and paste what was already pasted, it came across this way. See, this is a pale gray, and I know you're using style and colors and everything and hot links on phrases over there, but they're not carrying over with just a command V, okay, with a standard paste command. You got to do command shift V, and it'll paste inside of the editor's tools. Does that make sense? Should carry the link over too. Sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time it will. I usually copy and paste from MailChimp or anything I need to go and take to a website, put it on open Word doc, copy and paste it there, make sure it's all still hot and looks good. And then I do the command shift V inside of the section of the website that I want. In this case, this is a front end CRM tool for the properties. Your 3D tour is here and it's a nothing box. There's no editor tools. So when you copied and pasted and it didn't show, that's because that is not visible on the front end. And one of the reasons why there's only so much space in mobile, because this can get pretty expansive, right? So typically descriptions or additional details, right? Description is here, details and additional details is really the bulk of the property. And that's a great place to put, this kind of cool stuff. But you're copying and pasting from one platform to another. That doesn't matter really what it is. If you're not doing the command shift V, you're probably missing that stylization and even hot links. That's why I always, as a safety net, just, hey, copy it from MailChimp, put it in an open document, and then copy and paste it with command shift V inside where you're trying to put it. You should be rocking, okay? See if you can try to use the front end tool. It is really slick and easier. If it doesn't work, I understand you're going to go to the back end and do what you got to do, but I'm going to run some tests tonight so we don't disturb the site and make sure that all of the functionality works great. If I can find some editor tools that'll go in here, well, then I'll make that work. But remember, this is not tied to the admin dashboard of WordPress. They're two different things. That's why there was a language conflict. And then when you throw in a new updated version of WordPress, the thing was just not even letting us open it up on the back end, right? You might have saw that. I was like, what the heck happened? So we had to go back in layers and figure it out. Nothing that you did wrong, nothing that we did wrong, just when it comes to communicating from one platform to another, especially sharing content, there are some guidelines. All right, bro? Appreciate you.